Okay, so it turns out I lied. There is going to be two more videos today. Also, I have the remaster of Creator's Endless Pain, which I've been missing for quite a long time, because that's been out, 12 years? That just came in, and now I have to get the new album. I might have to get Hate Uber Alles. Of course they would, they would go there with that. And then the 03 to 08 albums I'm still missing, and those got remastered like a year or two ago. So, closing some gaps here and there. And the most recent vinyl release of Alice in Chains' Jar of Flies EP is over there. I got it for $15. Stupid, because I could have got a used CD for like $7, $8. But I looked at it and I went, it'd be really, especially with the craze of the AIC eponymous third album, coming out in double vinyl recently. I said, now would be a good time, considering how short Jar of Flies is. I mean, it's still almost a full album length either way. I mean, if it's 40 minutes, that's technically the OG vinyl length to begin with. It would be really cool to have at least one of these on vinyl, if I don't get the Tripod album. So that's over there. I'll play that too later. What I wanted to mention was, while I was going through my my Herbie Hancock stuff and also the Discovery, I sat down and played the best version, the premiere original of the box for Get Shown the Light, May 5th to the 8th, 77. I know there's another May 77 box from, I think it's 2013, which has the rest of the May 77 run. I don't know if I'm going to spend the extra money to track that one down at this point. I've read some odd things here and there. What I can tell you is, I went through all four of these shows during this absence. I went through all four of these shows at least twice. And sometimes I would replay the damn disc or go restart the song 3 or 4 times. Like, for instance, the version of Morning Dew from Barton Hall, Cornell. This goes to 5'9", because Cornell was 5'8". That version of Morning Dew at the tail end of the second set is 14 minutes. That might be the best version of that song. I kid you not, guys. I restarted that thing like 5-6 times. So, and that's 14 minutes, and you still have, I think, Not Fade Away for 16 to go, and just didn't care. It was something else. You're thinking of, I was thinking of Dad and how the hell I got myself into this spot of, just unemployment, but through the whole album market was, shit happens for a reason, and you need to keep going, but you need to start over too. And just through the whole way from the New Haven show, which is the shortest at 2 discs, it's not packed with great performances, it is the start of the damn tour. For my money, don't sleep on the Boston Garden show. Do not sleep on that one. I would argue that version of Estimated Profit is better than the one at Cornell. So I think Bobby just had a little more grit to his vocals and his guitar playing on that one. Mickey and Bill were and Phil were all just real tight the whole way through it. I haven't read either the hardcover book or the regular book. I still haven't even read the regular book from the damn April 78 box. It's sitting out, not put back in the mailer, because not that I'm too lazy to read, it's just, I'd rather listen to more of the music. I could always, if I'm going to have these till the day I die, then there's plenty of time to read that book. both, all three of them, I should say. I, yeah. So, as great as the Cornell show is, there's nothing wrong with the version of Deal, Bertha, that opens Boston Gardens. Peggy O is in all of these. The run of at Boston that starts with Terrapin. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Terrapin, a really spirited Samson and Delilah. Okay, I know, Friend of the Devil. I don't like it at 8 minutes. I am so used to I spent all those years just listening to the studio version, so to get that, to have it slow down like all the drugs are kicking in, it's a little much. But the estimated profit, then you go to the third disc on Boston. Eyes of the World drums, The Wheel, Wharf Rat, Round and Round to U.S. It's such. That second set of Boston is such a damn good run. If not for the emotional gravitas in the Cornell set, Dancing in the Street, 16 minutes, Road Jimmy is so good, Brown Eyed Woman. I mean, Cornell opens with New Minglewood Blues. It just they're lighting the damn torches at the beginning of that show. They love each other. El Paso, Loser. The St. Stephen, Not Fade Away to St. Stephen. Oh, Morning Dew. Oh, so I had it backwards. Okay, sorry about that. One More Saturday Night. Again, I know Cornell's the top show, but Boston Gardens gives it a real run. And for someone who his favorite album used to be Mars Hotel, and then in the last 5-6 years it shifted to Blues for Allah, to go to the last show in this set, Buffalo Memorial, upstate, also upstate, to have it open with an intricate, electric, fiery run of Help on the Way, Slipknot, Franklin's Tower. That can't be understated either. Mexicali Blues, Bob doing his cover of Big River. Even the Buffalo show, I actually like Sunrise. I know that gets a lot of flack because they only did it like 30 times, and they're like, oh, Donna's singing too high, she's off key. Donna couldn't hear herself. You have the loudest or second loudest band in the world every night for, what was it, Europe 72 through 1979? Yep. You go out there and try to not be off pitch and struggle through it. But this version of Sunrise, Into the Music Never Stopped, she's just spot on. Ship of Fools, Good Lovin', but if anything, I cared less for the. I really liked how Estimated Profit went to the other one to drums than that for it, but I don't think the Estimated Profit on Buffalo is as good as either Cornell or Boston Gardens. It's good to hear the other one, though. That's a nice deep cut right there. And it ends on Sugar Magnolia and Uncle John's Band, so it's solid all the way through on all four of these shows. And each one has sometimes one of the same songs, which is in pretty much all four of them. Some performances, I think, much like in the April 78 box set, some performances I would say I would like to lift and put in place of the standout, standalone, the flag waver of the set. That said, even if you can't find the all music edition, or if you want to spend the money and get the Cornell RSD triple LP or whatever it was, and the Boston Garden from the night before is another RSD triple. I don't think they did New Haven and Buffalo. I'll double check that again and find that one out. But these four shows, if someone's not sure about Grateful Dead and why it endures, why it's the iconic legendary status, these are probably four of the best examples. Obviously, Cornell's the big one. The fifth would probably be the fifth possible one I could think of, and in some cases, some would argue is the best one, is Veneta, Oregon, when they got back from Europe, which was Sunshine Daydream, is the 3 CD release of that. But it's, it is what it is, but I could not stop going through these. I must have spent, what was it? It's like 70. Some of the second and the 3 discs are like 25 to 33 minutes, but the other ones are each, 68 to 78. So, Lord must have spent maybe at least a good 6 hours, at least, on these. And again, at this rate, if you can, find them digitally, Spotify, or you might have to pay for them if you do the dead.net library version of the digital copies. But if you can find preferably all four of those, and you make the time or a weekend, dive in. It doesn't get old. None of them do. And that's the strength of the magic of these four shows. Like I said, I don't really care to find out at this stage, and for the money, because it's been out of print for 10 years, what the rest of May 77 sounds like. So I don't think, as they wore on, it's going to match what's in there. So we'll see if I'm right, but real quick, that's my thoughts on the Get Shown the Light. I really felt like I was this past weekend, I tell you. Edition of Get Shown the Light edition, the May 77 box. So, all right, one more. I swear, one more. Oof, that sounded bad. Thank you.